Are you tired of cookie-cutter self-help plans that never stick? It's time for a new kind of blueprint, the one nobody talks about. Instead of rigid schedules or copied habits, this is a personalized roadmap built from your true values, strengths, and real-life priorities. Backed by modern psychology, it blends self-awareness, goal-setting, and mindfulness to help you grow on your terms. No hype, just a person-first guide to lasting, meaningful transformation. Today we will talk about this self-improvement blueprint no one talks about. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. Identity-based change. Start with who, not what. The self-improvement industry heavily emphasizes habits and goals, but very few talk about identity-based change. The secret blueprint begins not with what you want to do, but with who you want to become. When you focus solely on external actions, like losing weight, earning more money, or reading a set number of books, you're often working against your current identity. Long-lasting change only happens when your actions align with your self-image. For example, instead of saying, "I want to go to the gym," you should aim to become the type of person who values fitness. You're not just someone trying to quit smoking. You're becoming a non-smoker. Every action should reinforce this new identity. The key question is, who is the type of person who would naturally do this? When you shift your focus from goals to identity, consistency follows effortlessly because your behaviors now feel like a natural expression of who you are. 2. Mental operating systems. Upgrade your internal software. Just as a computer runs on an operating system, your mind runs on default mental scripts, most of which you inherited from your upbringing, environment, or past experiences. Rarely does anyone stop to question or deliberately upgrade these scripts. This is where the self-improvement blueprint nobody talks about comes into play. Mental operating system rewiring. It involves identifying limiting beliefs, cognitive biases, and outdated narratives that silently run your life. For example, many people carry subconscious beliefs like, "I'm not good enough," or "success is only for others." These invisible mental codes sabotage your progress. To truly improve, you must actively replace these with empowering beliefs through practices like cognitive reframing, mindfulness, and exposure to new environments and experiences that challenge your old paradigms. Without this deep mental upgrade, all surface-level efforts eventually collapse. 3. Emotional fitness. Master your emotional responses. We talk about physical fitness all the time, but emotional fitness, the ability to regulate and direct your emotions, is a pillar of lasting self-improvement that remains overlooked. Most people live reactively, letting external events dictate their mood, energy, and actions. The hidden blueprint emphasizes learning how to pause between stimulus and response. It's about building resilience, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness so that you can manage anger, anxiety, disappointment, or fear in real time. Techniques like breathwork, somatic experiencing, journaling, and even short periods of controlled discomfort, like cold showers or public speaking challenges, train your nervous system to handle emotional volatility. Emotional fitness isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about learning to process, navigate, and transform them. When you develop this skill, setbacks no longer derail your progress. You move from being emotionally hijacked to emotionally grounded. 4. Environment engineering. Shape your surroundings to support growth. One of the most underrated aspects of self-improvement is the strategic design of your physical, digital, and social environments. Willpower is finite, but environments are powerful, silent influencers. People rarely succeed because they try harder. They succeed because they design smarter surroundings. Want to read more? Leave books visibly around your home. Want to stop procrastinating? Remove distractions from your workspace. Want to be healthier? Keep nutritious food in easy reach. Social circles matter even more. Your habits and mindset tend to mirror the people you spend the most time with. Curate your circle carefully. Surround yourself with those who normalize the behaviors you aspire to develop. Similarly, curate your digital environment. Unfollow accounts that fuel negativity or comparison, and instead fill your feeds with educational, inspiring content. When your environment is aligned with your goals, self-improvement becomes frictionless. 5. Skill stacking. Build rare and complementary skills. The traditional self-improvement narrative focuses heavily on singular mastery, but the hidden blueprint prioritizes skill stacking, developing multiple complementary skills that together create a unique advantage. You don't need to be the best in the world at one thing. You can become incredibly valuable by being good at the intersection of several useful skills. For example, someone who combines public speaking, marketing, and product design can outperform a specialist in just one of those fields. Skill stacking exponentially increases your opportunities and flexibility in life. It also keeps your growth exciting and multidimensional, preventing burnout from singular focus. In the context of self-improvement, this means deliberately learning outside your comfort zone, developing adjacent competencies, and becoming a hybrid thinker in a world that rewards specialized generalists. 6. Micromomentum. Shrink the starting barrier. People often fail at self-improvement because they aim too high too quickly, which creates psychological resistance. The better strategy, often ignored, is building micromomentum, starting so small that it's almost impossible to fail. Instead of committing to a 5 workout routine, commit to doing just one push-up when you wake up. Instead of reading a book a week, commit to reading 1 page a day. These tiny commitments create positive feedback loops that generate quick wins and build self-trust. Micromomentum lowers the barrier to entry and transforms your identity over time without overwhelming your brain. The focus is not on grand gestures but on consistency, which compounds into significant results. When starting is easy, you naturally build streaks and habits that snowball into profound change. 7. Long-term self-compassion. Detach from perfectionism. Another often ignored layer of this blueprint is self-compassion, especially over long time horizons. Traditional self-improvement emphasizes discipline, hustle, and grit, which are valuable, but without self-compassion, these can quickly spiral into burnout, guilt, and toxic productivity. The hidden truth is that sustainable self-improvement comes from a place of genuine care for yourself, not punishment. It means understanding that setbacks are part of the process and not using them as ammunition for self-criticism. When you see failure as data rather than a personal flaw, you build psychological flexibility. This mindset makes you far more likely to persist over months and years, rather than giving up after a bad week. Long-term self-compassion doesn't mean lowering your standards, it means forgiving your humanity while continuing to pursue excellence. 8. Periodic system reviews. Audit, adjust, and align. The final piece of the blueprint no one talks about is the need for periodic self-audits. Most people set goals in January and never review them again. True self-improvement requires regular reflection and system adjustments. Your routines, goals, and even your desired identity should evolve as you grow. Schedule monthly or quarterly reviews where you honestly assess what's working, what's draining you, and what needs to change. Are your environments still aligned with your goals? Are you progressing in the skills you're stacking? Are your emotional responses improving? This feedback loop ensures you don't drift into autopilot or stagnation. Without these reviews, even the best self-improvement strategies eventually become obsolete. System reviews allow you to continuously recalibrate, making your growth intentional, adaptive, and resilient to life's inevitable changes. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.